Hey everyone, I am your astrologer Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your daily forecast for the day of Monday, June 11th, 2018. Now, what we've got today is the moon hanging out right here in Taurus, which is bringing our attention to stability, bringing more stability into our life, confidence, security, bringing more money in. Also in just focusing more on what it is that we value and moving forward on some of the things that we value to bring those more into our lives. All right. Now at midnight, so very early this morning, yesterday and into today, this moon in Taurus was in an opposition here with Jupiter in Scorpio. So this is an opposition. Oppositions can bring challenges. At times that's because we want to bring more stability into our life. We want to feel better about life, about everything that's been going on. Or at least to feel, just more comfortable with everything. And Jupiter here in Scorpio is saying, not so fast. There's some more changes you have to make. There's some more feelings you got going on inside that you need to deal with before you can feel the way that you want to feel as confident, as comfortable, as secure. Coming in that can make it a little bit hard for you. Is that as we're trying to feel better, we got feelings going on, we got changes, we got money going out, we got other things happening, making it hard for us to do the thing that we really want to do right now. And again, a lot of times with oppositions, you'll get choices. So maybe needing to make choices at midnight about what you want to do and what you don't need to do, what you want to do and what you need to do, perhaps. Against some change you need to make and some sense of security or stability that it is that you want. So that could be very important. Or maybe even oppositions too can be a little relational. Maybe if you're having some issues, needing to work them out, process them with other people, get feedback or insight from other people could also be helpful. Or to have other people help you accomplish some of the things that you want. You know, I want to feel secure right now, but I can't. Can you help me make this change so that I can ultimately do this? So there could be some things that come up there at midnight. Then after that happens, 2 hours later, 2 a.m. Mountain Time, the moon in Taurus will then sextile Neptune and Pisces, which I do like. Even though the opposition's hard, the sextile is nice, which could bring, after perhaps this comes up at midnight, a chance for us to, an opportunity for us to understand what's really going on inside us spiritually, intuitively, for us to overcome the past, to move forward, to feel more whole about what's going on. Maybe what happened is at midnight we needed these feelings to come out. We needed to experience these things. We needed to make these changes so that we could then start to do things and move forward on the right things in the right way, doing the things that really resonate with us. And maybe once we make those changes at the end of yesterday and into today and deal with those feelings, then we realize, okay, I'm glad I did that, because now I have a better understanding of what I need to feel more whole, and now I can move forward without worrying about that so much. Okay, so that's what I see happening at 2 a.m. Maybe also a chance for you to get some spiritual insights too, to help you to inform some of your decisions and feel better about what's going on. Then a few hours later, as the moon moves further through Taurus, we get to 9 a.m. Mountain Time, and the moon then comes into a trine with Pluto and Capricorn. What that could bring, perhaps, could be again more changes. You know, it's like this poor Taurus moon just wants to feel good and wants to pick something that it needs to feel comfortable and move forward on it, and it just keeps getting hit with like changes here and changes there and intense feelings here. And here now we've got a trine to Pluto coming in, saying, okay, maybe in order for us to feel the way that we want to feel, to move forward on some of the insights that it is that we need to feel better about our life, maybe we have to make one more change. We'll probably have to make a few more changes, but maybe we have to make one more change once again and where our life is going and where we thought our life was going, so that we can start to feel better, start to do more of what we want. That happens. I really do think, especially a lot of this morning, it's like in order for us to feel comfortable in our life, in order for us to do the things that we want and that we value, it's like we constantly have to uncover what we feel. We constantly are like trying to get to the bottom of, do I really value this? Is this what I really want? Can I go deeper? And I think once we go deeper, we get more insights. Okay, good. Now I know. And then we get some insights, and then all of a sudden we're like, but wait, there's more we need to uncover. There's more changes we need to make in order for us to feel better. So I just think it's one of those things today where it's like, okay, we're good. Wait, now we got something else. Wait, I thought we were good, but now and really just needing to be okay, riding that wave, making the changes that you need to make here before things start to fall into place. And like kind of knowing, I guess this is the way that I'm thinking about this day, that knowing that even though change may be unsettling in the moment, it's like we almost need to be unsettled before we can be settled once again, you know? Yeah, you know, it's like opposites need each other. This is why Scorpio and Taurus oppose. You know, it's like before we know what we want, we have to know what we don't want. And I think we're just trying to figure that out. Trying to get to the bottom of things to figure out, well, what do we really value, what's important, and how we can move on that. So that's what I see there. Sorry, 9 a.m., moon trines Pluto, maybe having to make a change again in where you thought your life was going, to incorporate some more deep insights so that you can make the space, make the room to let your true values emerge so that you can move forward on those. Then the moon's just going to hang out for about 12 hours because the next aspect it's going to make isn't going to be until 8 p.m. Mountain Time. At that time, the moon is then going to move further through Taurus and make a sextile to Venus. Again, I do like that. It's a sextile, being very positive to help you feel much more comfortable with your life, to feel more grounded, to pay more attention to your emotions, to your feelings, maybe to spend some time to yourself dealing with some things going on. All right, so I do like that. That again, I think just echoes the whole thing of like, we're trying to feel comfortable, we're trying to do more of what we value in life and move forward on it. But before we can do that, before we can feel good, we need to change our life. We need to uncover more, go deeper about what we're really feeling, what's really there. And then I think once we do that, then we realize, yes, I needed to let that change happen, even if it felt uncomfortable in the process. I needed to allow myself to feel this uncomfortable feeling because now I know something that I didn't know before. Now I've refined my journey, I've refined my values, and can feel better about everything, knowing that that's been addressed and that there's not something like weighing on me that I haven't quite placed yet. You know, it's like sometimes there gets a problem to be when we feel there's a change we need to make in life, but we don't know what the change is, or it's hard for us to make it. And don't get me wrong, I mean, the moon's still the third quarter moon. Mars is still on the south node, so it's not like we're changing our life in a huge way, turning things upside down. You have to remember, because this is a third quarter moon, most of these changes we're making are internal. Most of these changes we're making are based on the past. But I think we're realizing here that as we go deeper, as we uncover things, it's putting us more at ease, it's putting us more at peace, because we no longer have to be scared of what can or may occur because we're facing them head on. Maybe that's what it's all about with this Pluto Scorpio today, is like facing the problems head on, facing the dark head on. Doesn't mean they're going to be solved today. They're probably not. On this quarter moon, a dark moon, your problems are not going to be solved today. But I think by not being afraid to go dark, to go to the dark, to go deep, to get the diamonds, I think you're gonna find out that it's gonna be a lot better than if you just like avoid those things. Yeah, I think you can get some real insights today, for sure, if you allow yourself to deal with some of the uncomfortable things and to just go there instead of hide or be scared of them. All right, so that's what we've got there. Then tomorrow, I'm going into tomorrow now, 1 a.m. Mountain Time, the moon is going to leave Taurus and enter Gemini, and that of course is going to be more about communicating. Hopefully, now that we've uncovered some deep things and are trying to move forward more on what it is that we value as a result of our soul searching, then when the moon enters Gemini, we become more lively. Okay, all that stuff has been done. The deep stuff been taken care of. What I really value, now I know. Now I can be more open because all of that stuff, now I'm feeling much better, stable, secure. And I think the communication then starts to come in tomorrow at 1 a.m. talking, thinking about yourself, about what's going on, about what you've been doing lately. All right, then at 5 a.m., so a few hours later, the moon, as it comes into Gemini, is going to sextile Chiron. I do like it. I think helping you to have positive conversations about you, about who you are, about some things that have been hard for you. May not be a good time to do things again. Not a good time to do things, but maybe easier for you to hopefully heal some of the wounds, get the right perspective on some of the things that have been bothering you, about yourself, about your frustrations, about why it's hard for you to do some things moving forward. All right. So I do see that. Today is kind of up and down. Deep feelings. Trying to get to the bottom of things. Being really positive if we can do that. Yielding great results, but needing to not be afraid to go there. And then once we go there, tomorrow, it becomes easier for us. Whew, to be like, okay, now we can talk about it a little bit. Now I can be a little bit more open. Or at least now I can understand internally a little bit more what's been going on with me and get the insights I need to heal myself a little bit and move on. All right. So that's what is going on there. Other things going on in the background. Some of this stuff I've already talked about. Mars in a conjunction with the South Node. Frustration, patience, being key if you're feeling frustrated. We're still trying to work some things out. All the pieces have not quite fallen into place yet. Just needing to just wait and to not be afraid to deal with all that stuff in the meantime. Okay, we could want to break free to do the things that we want, but I think needing to get more information on what you're breaking free from, on what you're walking into before making any rash moves, because things can change. Our life by the time that Mars gets out of retrograde can look very differently than what it looks like now. And needing to not make any decisions or moves before you know what the full picture and the full story is. So that's what I see there. Jupiter also in a trine with Neptune. Deep emotional transformation going on deep beneath the surface. Maybe that's why everything's on hold. It's like things are on hold a little bit. So I think that we can figure things out on the inside, overcome the past, get right with ourselves, upgrade spiritually, emotionally, to the things that are now going on in life. Okay. Yeah. I don't know, it's like this is kind of far. I mean, the sun's still kind of in a square with Neptune, so maybe some confusion. Maybe there's just a lot of deep things. I do see that. There's a lot of deep things emotionally happening, and I think we're trying to put the words to the emotions, to make sense of them logically, to put the emotions in their proper place, so that our mind can take over and get a handle on some of these things. That could be a little bit difficult. Maybe the new moon in Gemini will help with that in the next few days. We'll see. So that's going on there. Also Mercury going to be at 29 degrees I think by the end of today. So again, lots of, especially once the moon hits Gemini, lots of conversations I think are going to be coming up for sure. Just trying to get everything out in the open, your mind running, especially on on a dark moon now that we're coming into. In your mind, a lot of things going on that you're trying to work out here to process your life, make sense of your emotions, move forward. Maybe dealing with some old things. What else? Yeah, a lot of these planets too are kind of interesting as well, because they're not, like Mercury and Venus especially are both at the very end degrees of their sign, and once they switch signs, what they will do on Wednesday, the new moon, then they're going to come into a bunch of it like really fast. They're going to hit like Uranus and Chiron super fast, like almost at the same time. And they're not necessarily good aspects either. So it's like right now, and part of me is like, they're not there yet, Mercury and Venus, but they're going to be there soon. They're going to be there fast. And it's going to be very different come Wednesday, because they're going to change signs. And they're going to hit these things immediately. So part of me is like, how do I even prepare you for this when the change is going to happen almost instantaneously, and when, you know, and they're out of sign squares, and out of sign squares and trines to me are a little bit hard as well. Because when they change signs and move into the proper signs that the squares and trines are actually happening, right, things are going to be different. But Mercury is eventually going to leave Gemini, and it's going to come into Cancer. When it comes into a Cancer, it's going to sextile Uranus, and it's going to square Chiron. So even though we're thinking now, trying to work things out internally, spiritually, once the new moon comes on Wednesday, man, things are going to change fast. You're going to be communicating more about your emotions. It's going to make it a little bit more of an emotional new moon than it would be otherwise with Mercury in Cancer, but communicating a lot about your emotions, trying to get some insights about what you need to be stable and secure emotionally. But then because you're trying to be secure emotionally, feeling like you can't do the things that you want. So again, frustrations. For sure, still more frustrations, I think, coming in this week. I think we're having to focus on the emotional side, having to get more grounded, more rooted in life. And that's difficult when we're like, wait a second, I don't want to get rooted in life. There's like 5 other things I haven't done that I want to do. There are 5 other things that are going to happen that have yet to happen. How can I feel stable and secure at this time in my life when there's so many other things going on? So I think there's going to be some kind of frustration, like where we're feeling kind of good. Like, yeah, I need a break. Yeah, a break would be good right now, you know, but then there's also part of us that's like, but how can we take a break when like so many other things are happening that we want to happen that aren't happening? So I think that's going to be very frustrating. That's going to hit us super fast on Wednesday at the new moon. Hopefully the new moon will give us a new perspective on some of these things, because yeah, that can be a little tough. Here is like, man, really needing to feel comfortable with where you are, even if there are things left undone, or things that have yet to be done that now is not the right time for. Venus also right around that same time, I'm going to enter Leo. I talk a lot about these in your weeklies, but Venus is going to enter Leo, and then it's going to square Uranus. At the same time, Mercury is sextiling it, and it's going to trine Chiron. So you're having these conversations here. It's hard for you maybe to communicate about the things that you want in a way that feels comfortable around Wednesday. That's going to be very hard, going to come on very fast. And then relationships are hard. Money is hard. You know, the confidence is hard with Venus being squared. And the trine to Chiron, you know, and it's just like so frustrating, I think. Well, Venus is going to be in a fire sign too, so I think it's the passion that's hard. It's like everything right now is saying passion, slow. Passion, it's hard for you to get excited about life. It's hard for you to move forward, to initiate, to make things happen. But if you want to spend time in your bed, if you want to spend time at home, Mercury in Cancer, it's going to be good for that. If you want to spend time nesting, it's going to be good for that. You want to spend time organizing your finance, counting your money, counting your dollar bills. It's going to be a very good time for that. But it's not going to be a good time here for letting other people in on your journey. Not yet, at least. Not until Venus makes the North Node. That's why I'm like, this month, you may find comes out surprisingly well based on how this week goes. This week may be a little tough, and then all of a sudden next week it's like, oh, that's kind of weird. I wasn't expecting like that good thing to come out of like the uncomfortable stuff that comes this week, but it may next week. But in the meantime, it's just kind of like, man, you know, I was like, and I've got this on my birthday. I'm not super excited about this. I've been waiting for a new moon on my birthday, but I'm like, I get a new moon on my birthday and the ruler of the new moon is opposite Saturn in Cancer. Like a super emotional sign, you know. It's like, not what I want. While it's gonna square Chiron, come on. You know, so it's just super interesting what's going on here. But I think I think this is a really great time if you want to build your little fortress, and if you want to take care of all your emotional needs and lock everyone out. But it's not a good time if your relationships want in, if you want in with other people. That could happen, especially with Venus in a square to Uranus. Some unexpected things in relationships could come in this week. People could act out some unexpected things with money. And it's like, man, I just want to like be by myself, counting my money and like, you know, figuring everything out with me. Taurus, a lot of times rules you as an individual. It's who you are. It's your talents. It's not other people's. It's not what other people have to offer, it's what you have to offer the world. And so I think right now we're like, I just want to get myself right. Figure out me. And relationships are like, nope, I want in. Money is like, nope. Money, a lot of things going on with money unexpectedly coming in and out. And it's just like, man, you know, it's just hard. It's hard to find that stability in life, that security with who it is that you are when there's so many desires, passions for life, things that you want, things that you can't have, things that you feel. And I think that's just like, it's going to be a big thing we're going to need to work out. Needing to be patient. And I do think, again, resolutions can come that will be positive, but that's next week, not on my birthday. If only my birthday were a week later. But yeah, so I'm just going to have to wait it out in the meantime. All right. So that's what I've got there. Your card is the Fool, upright. The Fool upright. This card is normally one to be honest. How do I want to see this card for today? What's going on? I got caught up talking about all that stuff in the end. Today, Yeah, this card, the Fool card, upright, it's about risks, about taking risks. It's like a man who's about to jump off a cliff, literally. When this card is upright, it definitely says jumping off a cliff is a good thing. Okay, now you have to remember, Aries is not in a good spot. So this isn't about like physical risks, outward risks, especially with all the Scorpio Pluto stuff today. I think this is about taking emotional risks, deep diving, you know, especially when Scorpio, we got all these deep feelings. Scorpio goes so deep, you like can't see the end of the tunnel. You like can't see the end of the well. It is so deep down there. And I think the Fool card is saying sometimes you gotta jump off the cliff. Maybe there's like an ocean, which would be very Scorpio below it. You gotta like jump off into like the cliff, into the emotion, the ocean of your emotion. And let yourself go there and realize that you will be fine. You will be fine if you allow yourself to take the risks, to go deep inside yourself, to get to the bottom of things. You're gonna find that there are treasures down there, that there's like a lifeboat and a pool party at the bottom of this cliff in the water. You know, and I think just needing to not be afraid to face some truths and to learn from the feelings that may come up today. Okay, so that's what I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.